probably my favorite one on this list. Player you're most excited to see after spring.
Man, I've said it all fall or all spring, all offseason. I think this is going to be another. I think the SEC's got a lot of question marks going to the year. I think every team has major question marks. The team I feel most confident about probably heading into the year, and even Kirby Smart replicated it would be Alabama. But I will say this. I keep saying it all the time. Quarterback position is the most important position in all of sports. There's a question mark right now for them. Ty Simpson, not saying he won't be good, not saying that, but it is a question mark. I'm interested to see how he transitions into this Ryan Grubb offense. I mean, Ryan Grubb came out in the spring and said if they were playing a game, it was him. I think Ryan Grubb will be really good for the culture on that side of the ball. Again, we know him and Kalen DeBoer know each other right the back of each other's hands. He's kind of the bad cop, and Kalen DeBoer is the good cop. They need that. Ty Simpson's a coach's son, Jess Simpson. I think this is a very, very good mesh here, but also at the same point, I mean, like I said, if you told me Ty Simpson was good, I think Alabama can realistically win the SEC championship. I'm really interested to see him, and I think that first game in Tallahassee will tell us a lot this year. Again, I'm not ready to say Florida State's going to be good or bad, but again, you're playing against quality Power 4 competition. It'll tell us a lot, especially in a road game. So Ty Simpson is the player, because I think if you told me he was good, that's my favorite to win the SEC for heading into 25. So Ty Simpson there.
Yeah, I don't want to go with that route only because it feels like the right answer. I'll go with somebody that I'm betting a lot of hope and putting a bucket load of stock into. It's Garrett Nussmeier. Nussmeier this year, I think, can do one of two things. He could take that jump forward like Joe Burrow and like Jaden Daniels, win a Heisman Trophy, lead LSU in points per game, in number one scoring offense, and with the way the defense, I think, is going to take a step forward, win the college football playoff. I mean, win the SEC, potentially the college football playoff, and make that jump forward. Or he ends up achieving and it leads to a 9-win season, and everyone is talking about how LSU just can't get the job done underneath Brian Kelly. The weaponry is really good. Like, there's a lot of dudes that I can see all being 1,000-yard playmakers if he's on the right page. You brought in Nick Anderson. He was a former freshman All-American. You bring in Berrien Brown. That is pure speed. You still have Xavier Thomas. You still have Chris Hilton. You feel good about how you talked about Bauer Sharp. They have pieces there that just are so well equipped to all being solid contributors. And I think they're going to have a solid running game with Caden Durham as their lead back. But at some point, I have got to stop always leaning into the, hey, let's talk about how, last season we watched as there was no run game. And so that led to all the interceptions from Garrett Nussmeier. Nuss has got to improve when it comes to decision-making. He's got to be able to play better under duress. He's got to be able to make the right reads in a timely manner. There's a bunch of minor things that if he does well, I think LSU is probably one of the teams to beat in the SEC, especially if their defense is just a fraction better than what it was, because I think the offense can. And we've talked so much about this, Dave. So much about this. Year 2 at LSU for a starting quarterback. The rise. It's not just a soliloquy. It's not just a phrase or a parable. Like, it's a real thing.
But do you think it's more just a coordinator thing, like Joe Brady, and then my guys over at Notre Dame, Denbrock? Like, is that you know what I mean?
That's what I'm wondering. But can Joe?
I think it's more than. I would give the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it's just an LSU thing, but I think it's the coordinator. So I'll be interested to see.
But can Joe Sloan be that?
I don't know. That's my problem. I don't know. I'll say this. I don't think Joe Sloan is the coordinator Joe Brady or Mike Denbrock is. I will say that. Doesn't mean Garrett Nussmeier is going to be bad. I don't know if he gets that out of him. Now, I do think Garrett Nussmeier has that in him. I do. I think he has the ability to go. Like, if you told me somebody could pull that out of him, yeah, he has that in him. I just don't know if Joe Sloan's the guy to get it done.
Is there another guy that you're looking at right now? Anybody else besides Ty Simpson that you're excited to see?
Most exciting? Obviously, John Mateer would fit that. Trying to think of a defensive player here. Barry, you named a guy that I'm interested in higher on from the defensive side. Gabriel Brownlow-Dindy. He's going to have a real shot to affect that. He's going to have every chance in the world. You're right. He's an interesting guy because they lost so much. You keep naming them, Barry. I mean, Joey Aguilar. I mean, I know that's a low-hanging fruit one, but I'm sitting there thinking about that one as well. Who else we missing, Barry? Anybody?
I got one.
Go.
Logan Diggs at Ole Miss.
If he can stay healthy, you're right.
If he can stay healthy, that changes a lot. Because if
he
he's a new quarterback, and it's gonna I also want to go with Luke Haas. Like again, the tight end position to me is just so fascinating. How much we talked about him at Arkansas, and the fact that now he is in a much more tight end friendly system, and we have seen transfers just work. Does he live up to the expectation that he met a few years ago? Because if so, I mean, Ole Miss is one of those teams where if you told me they went 10-2 in a year where the expectations were, hey, just get to 7-5, 8-4, you bought yourself a few years of luxury, and they go to the college football playoff. Like, it's not going to be shocking to me at all. It won't, because of when the expectations are low for Lane Kiffin, he always breaks them. But
Austin
when
Simmons, you're talking about Ole Miss, yeah. I mean, he's a guy I'm excited to see. Yeah, there's a lot of – because I think the league this year, there's nobody it's like the hands-on favorite to win. I mean, Bear, who would you say? We answered it in one of our questions on Thursday. One of our Thursdays, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Who will be the favorite? Who do we think the media picks at media days?
I said Georgia, you said Texas.
Texas or Georgia? Yeah. I think Bama will have some sprinkled-in team picks in there. LSU, I could see having some picks. You think anybody else out there gets a pick outside of like a dumb, like Vanderbilt, like pick at the end? Somebody throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Like realistic.
LSU, I think, is going to get 1 or 2.
No, I'm with you. I think outside Georgia, Texas, Alabama, LSU, anybody else get multiple SEC championship picks? Not one.
Ooh, multiple, no. But you will see a few. I'll say probably Tennessee maybe gets 1 just because of homerism. I think that probably you'll see a South Carolina 1. Maybe you'll see a Texas A&M 1, but like I would say probably I agree.
Top 4 teams would be
those are top 4.